And now, are you ready to reconstruct the story? So, let's go. JKRowling was born in England in 1965. What did she love? She loved reading and wrote her first story, Rabbit, when she was only 6 years old. She studied French at university and then worked as a secretary in London. And that's the first part of the story. Let's go over this one more time. So let's say you open the first line of notes and you try to reconstruct the story. But you get stuck and you go, oh my God, I don't remember. Don't remember what to do with this. Born England, 1965. So we've got this guy here, the asterisk button. Okay, I call it the panic button. So when you panic because you don't know how to go ahead reconstructing the story, you can open this and have a look at the sentence that you're trying to reconstruct. The sentence should look like this. She was born in England in 1965. Then you close it up. Look at the elements and try to produce that sentence yourself. Okay, I think I can do that now. She was born in England in 1965. Then you move to the next one. She loved something. Yes, I remember. She loved reading. But look, let me make an important point here. This is not a memory contest. It's not. The notes are here to help you, so feel free to open them right away. Okay, she loved reading. Then you move to the next one. Now I have to talk about her first story. So JKRowling is a writer. So she wrote. So she wrote her first story, Rabbit. Do you remember how old she was? She was only 6 years old. And this is the final sentence. And I know that this sentence might seem a little complex to you. If you're looking at it and if you're struggling, or if you're looking at it and something else is coming to your mind, like her first story, or the first story was Rabbit, she had 6 years old, like you're not actually putting the right words together. So go ahead, open the help button here and have a look at the sentence. Okay, it says there, okay, so she loved reading and wrote her first story, Rabbit, when she was only 6 years old. I know that this link here, okay, this final link here is not so obvious, okay, because it's the first time that you're dealing with this. Okay, so her age, she was 6 years old when she wrote her first story. There's this element of link here. There's this linking element when. So feel free to open this as many times as you need in order to produce the sentence correctly. Once you feel comfortable with the sentence, then you close it up and then you look back at the notes. You can even close them if you want. And start from the beginning, like she wrote her first story, Rabbit, when she was only 6 years old. Then you move to the next one. Okay, so she studied French at university. And then, in other words, after that, she worked as a secretary in London. If you're not comfortable with this structure, because this might be new to you too, this worked as, you can come over here and spend some time looking and reading the sentence. And then finally, when you're comfortable with it, you close it up and then you try rebuilding that sentence. Okay, so she studied French at university and then worked as a secretary in London. She studied French at university and then worked as a secretary in London. Then my advice to you is this: you should close every note, like collapse them gradually like this, so that this way you can go back and you can go over each note one more time reconstructing the story. The more you practice this, the more you repeat the story, the more comfortable you feel doing it. And that's it. That's the secret to develop your fluency.